Hello everybody and welcome to this video. I'm once again doing a very simple, very easy, low stakes reaction video to the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct because this is my gaming channel. It's where I nerd out about specific games a little bit more. So I wanted to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about everything. I made a TikTok, if you want to watch that, kind of going into more of the Switch 2 specifically. So if you want to watch that, you can watch that. But I wanted to talk about a few things that do interest me. 3D Donkey Kong, cool. Not interested in playing it myself personally. I'm just not a 3D platformer, Donkey Kong game well, 3D platformer in general, and also Donkey Kong games. I love Donkey Kong as a character. The games, meh, I just don't enjoy playing them. I've never been much of a platformer except for Rayman and Kirby. So, there's that, I guess. So yeah, 3D Donkey Kong is cool. I'm excited for a lot of people that are looking forward to it, but it's probably not going to be something that I'm going to be playing. Other games, Bloodborne 2, the Dusk Bloods or whatever. It's not actually Bloodborne 2, but like I think that's really interesting, and I'm not going to be playing it probably unless it depends on what it looks like when it's actually showcased more, like the gameplay of it. I'm not a From Software guy. I really appreciate the worlds and the games that they make for the industry as a whole and for the fans, just not really my type of video game. So it's interesting, but it's not what I'm looking for. Other things, Kirby Air Riders. Now that piqued my interest, mostly because it's a Kirby game. I never actually got to play Kirby Air Ride as a kid. For those that don't know, my first console was a Nintendo DS, and then I went to a Nintendo Wii and, evolved from there. But I never had a GameCube or anything of that sort, so I never got to play the original Kirby Air Ride. And, I've seen people talk about it, I've seen people play it, so I'm excited. It's made by Sakurai, so I'm gonna be there and like keep my peepers peeped on it. But I'm curious to see how that is because if it's like, because Kirby Air Riders is theoretically like a multiplayer type game, and I enjoy my solo experiences more. So I'm curious to see if it's a game that I'd actually look forward to playing, but it is a Kirby game. So I'll be sat and I'll be watching. And then the main thing, everyone here should theoretically know that I'm a Mario Kart fan. I am playing through Mario Kart DS, finale coming soon, hopefully, probably. And Mario Kart World, ooh, buddy, very exciting for me. There's a lot of exciting stuff in the showcased in the trailer. The new gimmick, like rail grinding and wall jumps, and also other stuff as well. But like in terms of like driving gimmicks, so to speak, like the zero gravity, the parasol, underwater, that sort of stuff. So I think it's interesting. I'm curious to see if it ends up being like a necessary part of certain courses, much like how driving underwater is inescapable in some courses in Mario Kart 8. Like, do you have to do it? Or is it more of an optional thing that can give you a speed boost at times? Or is it like, we'll have a rail grind that is this shortcut and you have to see what it actually does? So I'm curious about that, and I'm hoping it's implemented in a way where it's kind of more necessary, because that's what I'd like to see. Just because I want it to be a gimmick that is necessary and that is incorporated fully, meaning that it will play good. If it's just a shortcut thing, I'm not sure if it's going to feel all that special, all that fun, if that makes sense. 24 players. That one scares me, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's really cool because it makes it so they have to have a lot of different characters you can play as. However, even with, the 12 players in Mario Kart 8 can feel like a lot. And so I'm really curious about the game balance they're going to have to do and what they're going to have to do with the items so that it's not too hectic, because I can really see finding yourself between like I don't know, like even like the 20th position all the way up until like 7th place being just an absolute shit show, because I'm really scared it's going to be too much, and I'm kind of hoping that they have a classic like 12 player racer mode, but ultimately it depends on the game balance and what they do, so I'm looking forward to it. I know in the trailer I already saw that it looks like they're bringing the mega mushroom back, which is cool. I It looked like someone did like a hammer bro kind of throw. It might have been a hammer bro specifically, so I'm curious to see what that is, if that's a power up, if they just have the Hammer Bros attack instead of like the boomerang. So I'm curious to see what items they choose to have. There was a train thing where someone got into a train and the train went forward, or I think it was more like a tractor trailer. Um, but I'm curious what that is as well. There's a lot of interesting stuff. New characters. Oh, I love having characters to play as. I love options. Yoshi and Birdo are still there, so I'll probably be playing as them a lot anyway. So I love that. They added the Moo Moo Cow. Oh, Nintendo, you got me. You got me, buddy. That's actually exactly precisely what I wanted, and I didn't even fucking know it. All right. Goddamn. It looks like the game potentially starts with only 9 to 12 characters that you can select. And it being open world is really interesting to me, because I feel like that could get tiring after a while. I'm not sure, but I feel like after a while I'm probably going to give up on the open world and like the knockout mode, and I'm just going to do Grand Prix because I just want to play the courses. I think exploring it will be fun, but I'm worried on how much of a novelty type of feel that will have. And on it, like, to me, it kind of feels like it's exciting in a way, because having the open world is reminiscent of like Mario Kart DS with mission modes, where they have this whole other section of the game that is really fascinating. But also, once you've played through the missions once or twice, you're like done with them and you don't need to play them ever again. I'm wondering if the open world is going to be like that. Secondarily, like I said, it looks like you only start with so many choosable characters. Do you have to find them in the open world? Is that how you unlock them? If that's the case, I do like that, because it gets my collector brain going, and I'm like, ooh, I gotta look for fucking uh the crab. I gotta look for that fucking crab fella that was driving a cart in some scene. I gotta look for the babies, even though I never will ever want to play as the babies, but I want to unlock the full roster. So that's kind of what I'm curious about. And of course, is it random? Are they placed in specific locations? And then in that case, could you just look up a guide to find them all eventually? This is what interests me about the open world aspect. Actually traversing it, I don't know if I care that much. I mean, I'll do it for like a few hours just to see, but I feel like after that I'm like, okay, I get it. Or maybe it'll be like Forza Horizon 4 or 5, where like it is kind of fun just driving around, and then every once in a while you come across an actual course and then you do the course. So I don't know. I'm curious to see how that plays out. The last thing I want to talk about in terms of Mario Kart World, because I have a lot to say because I am deeply passionate, skins, like costumes for characters. Now, I'm really excited about that, but there are some like things that I'm really curious about there. Number one, it looks like whenever someone got a new skin, they basically ate like this. It looks like a Starshine kind of from like Mario Galaxy a little bit. And so it looks like they eat one of those or something, and then they get an like a new skin, like Farmer Luigi or I don't know, whatever other versions of Peach they showed off, because there were like five or six of them that I didn't really look at because I didn't care as much. So my question is, are those star shines something that is like an item box where you get it and then you have that skin for that course, that race, that Grand Prix, or is it something where you permanently unlock the skins? I'm hoping it's a permanent unlock, and then from the character select screen, you can pick from the different skins that you find. But also, if you have these like Starshine things, is it going to be like a currency type of thing where you can spend them on new skins? And I know it's not going to be a typical spend like you go through a shop. I mean, maybe they'll also have that. But is it one of those things where you can use one of the star shines that you've collected in a race and then you have it for that like race or whatever? I'm hoping that they're permanent unlocks is basically what I'm getting at, and that it's not like a currency system that you have to pull from and like you have to spend these star shines every single time to use that skin. That's not what I want. I want it to be selectable from the character select screen. And another thing, I'm worried, I guess, that these skins will not be great sometimes. Like, what I mean is, obviously, your Marios, your Luigis, your Peaches, main roster characters, even Waluigi, Wario, Bowser, probably, those characters are going to have a lot of skins, at least five or six. What my concern is Yoshi, right? Are the skins just going to be different colors of Yoshi? Because that's kind of lame. If you have Luigi over here that can put on a farmer's hat and overalls, well, he's already wearing overalls. If you have fucking Bowser that can turn into Wedding Bowser or something from Mario Odyssey, then Yoshi's over here and you can just light blue, red. I'm like, could you have done more? I feel like Yoshi's not getting equal treatment here. And then for other characters like the crab, what's the crab gonna have for skins? It's kind of hard to give skins to a crab. Like, we saw Boo, and Boo had this sick, like, cape thing and monocle. I love that. Yes, please give me stuff like that. But how are you going to do that for a crab? So I'm worried about the equality of skins for characters and whether or not it'll feel good. Because I don't want to be in that position where I'm like, oh, I love playing as Moo Moo. Moo Moo is my main character. It's my main fucking guy. And his skins are dog shit. Or maybe he doesn't even have skins. That would be really disappointing, and I hope that isn't the case. So, concerns, excitements, I explored them all. Was there anything else in the direct that interests me? I mean, GameCube on the online is interesting. I'm not going to be paying for that, so frankly, I don't care. I mean, it's cool to see, the original Wind Waker, I guess, even though the HD version should be there or should be released as its own thing. Soul Calibur 2 is cool. I like that. That's fun. Like Pokemon Coliseum, stuff like that is interesting. I'm not going to be playing any of them because I don't want to pay for Nintendo Switch Online. Similar things, upgrades of Switch 1 games to Switch 2. Like, I don't want to pay, even if it's $5, $10 to upgrade to Breath of the Wild just so that it runs a little bit better. Because honestly, I can't even picture it looking that much more different. And I don't like that's not enough for me to want to play the games again. Games like Jamboree, Mario Party Jamboree, I would get because I never bought it originally. Or The only one that I maybe would is Kirby Forgotten Land because it looks like it adds like new levels or something. And I haven't even fully played through Forgotten Land. Hopefully, maybe in the future I'll play through Forgotten Land on this channel. So that's interesting. Was there anything else? I'm trying to think. I think it's cool that the Switch 2 is getting a lot of support from other developers, other companies, because that's what it needs. Yeah, I don't think there was anything else big in that trailer, that big for me anyway. I'm curious to know what your thoughts are though. What has you excited about the Switch 2? I know the price is scary to me, and I'll probably wait for a while until I get it, but it is what it is, I guess. So yeah, what are your thoughts? What are you looking forward to? If you're looking forward to anything at all, it doesn't even have to be like, I'm looking forward to buying the Switch and playing this game. It could be like, I'm looking forward to seeing my favorite content creators play this game. Like the Bloodborne 2, Dusk Bloods or whatever game. So I'm curious to know what your thoughts are. And thanks for watching. Um, yeah, my 12-year anniversary is coming out on my other channel, my main channel, Ranting Yeti. So if you want to watch that, it'll be out on Sunday, unless I can't finish it in time, which would be really devastating to me, actually. So yeah, hey, go watch that, please. I put a lot of time and effort into that, and I haven't even finished. I have to edit it, so. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I promise it's good. I think anyway. So hey, thanks for watching me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Probably Mario Kart DS finale, if I had to guess.